What is going on, everybody? What is going on? The Catch fam. Hope you guys are doing phenomenal today, man. Hope you guys are all having a great weekend. Hope your Sunday is going fantastic. Hope you guys are ready for another live 2023 startup mock draft with rookies for the 2023 Dynasty Fantasy Football season. So you guys know what it is, man. We're gonna have some fun today. Gonna talk some fantasy football. So hit that like button on the way in, hit that subscribe button, of course, if you guys are new to the channel, but most importantly, hop in the live chat. Let me know what's popping. Let me know how you guys are doing, as well as any fantasy football topics, redraft, dynasty, best ball, whatever it may be, any NFL topics. Let's get it going. I appreciate you guys spending part of your day, part of your night, depending on where you are here on the channel. We're going to try and not waste any time and get this thing going. Super excited to be here with you guys. Super excited to throw together another draft today. So let's not waste any time at all. Let's get it going. Mock is underway. All right, let me get one or two things pulled up here very quickly. If you guys are tuning in, this is a tight end premium mock. This is a 3 wide receiver set. It is a super flex set. We have got 8 bench spots today as well. So guys, we typically do 10 bench spots, but we're rolling with 8 just because I'm a little bit limited on time. But just so you guys know, 8 bench spots, full PPR. Am I missing anything? No third round reversal today as well. All right, easy pick for me here. I'm going to snag Burrow up, but honestly, I mean, Herbert, Fields, T-Law, all kinds of names right there I'd be happy with. So not really, excuse me, any NFL news to go over today. I mean, we're at that point in the offseason. Like, yeah, everything that's recent, we talked about last night. So, yep, nothing to really go over. We are just all patiently waiting for the NFL draft, and that's all we can really do before, you know, more free agent moves happen, some potential trades happen before, during, or after the draft, and we start to get a better idea of what some offensive rosters are going to look like, especially at the quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end position in terms of fantasy football. So if there's anything I missed that you guys want to go over, let me know in the chat. All right, we got Talks in the house. What's up, man? How are you doing? Appreciate you being here today, man. Always good to see you. Derek's in the house. What's up, man? How are you guys? So good to see everyone. Thomas, what's up, my dude? Hello, hello. How are we doing, my guy? J-Dub's in the house. What's up, man? What's up, what's up? Sports bets has been on point last week. Yeah, it was a good week. We were like 12 or 15 for last week. So today's a little bit heavier with 5 bets, and for some reason decided to throw together all those in a parlay as well as my individual bets. Already missed the first bet of the day, so we'll see what happens, but hopefully the rest of the day makes up for it. But yeah, had a good week for sure. And all my picks are free on our Discord, which is also free. Derek, this is Dynasty. Yes, sir. Yep. Praise in the house. What's up, man? Thank you for joining. Thank you for helping us out with the mock today. Good to see you, my dude. Hope you're doing fantastic. Thomas just finished a Dynasty Titan Premium mock before work from the 1.12. It was third round reversal, much easier. Yep. I mean, I agree, man. If you're at the 1.12, I mean, really the 1.8, 1.7 maybe, and forward, you know, third round reversal is going to work in your favor. All right, where am I going here? I think I'm going to go receiver. I'm going to go Olave here. I mean, it's just so hard for me to pass on Kyler Murray right there. I'm going to go a little bit heavier at receiver to start with today, I think. I don't know. See what happens. Just hard for me to pass on Kyler. It's just the aspect of, you know, long term, I think like Burrow and Kyler is perfectly fine. I mean, you guys know how I feel about Kyler. But It's just the aspect of having to essentially, in my opinion, come out of your draft with 4 quarterbacks because you know Kyler's going to miss probably a large portion of the season. So it just affects your draft, which is okay. Like, it's a startup draft for a reason, but I mean, Burrow and Kyler, I don't know. I think in a real draft, I just won't be able to pass it up. And, you know, as we move into the 3rd round here, looking at the board, with Tua off the board and then Kelsey with the first selection of the 3rd round, you still have Stroud, Young, and Richardson all sitting there. So, I mean, I would end up with one of them, right? You know, Stroud gone at 3.2. J-Dub's going heavy running back today. I mean, Kyler, Young, and Richardson are still right here. It's tough. We'll go Kyler. I just can't. I can't. I think Kyler is a great value at 3.4. I mean, I wanted to go heavy at receiver there. You got like you got all kinds of great veterans at the top of the board. Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Cooper Kupp, and Metcalf, as well as Adams. I mean, really could start to blend out a little bit of a balance there behind Olave, but it's so hard for me to pass up on Kyler. And now we're going to draft 4 quarterbacks more than likely. Unless we get a stable enough quarterback at our QB3 spot, you know. We'll see what happens. All right, Kupp's gone. Bryce Young's gone at 3.6, a phenomenal value right there. Kyle Pitts, Travis Etienne gone. A little bit of a heavier running back draft so far. See what happens. J-Dubs, you liked my team this morning on Underdog, inspired by you. Yeah, a lot of players I liked on there. Even my favorite late round tight end from last year in Dawson Knox. Yeah, I thought it was a good little squad. Thomas, can we revote? No, it's too late. It's too late. JSC, I like Drake London sort of going into this season, but I feel like he's been going too high in these mocks. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a player who there's a lot of buzz around. I think Drake London's going to be perfectly fine. I understand the buzz behind Drake London for sure, so definitely a fan. But, I mean, you know, Garrett Wilson, Drake London, and even Olave to a degree are all gaining, you know, value, or not necessarily value, but are moving up in ADP pretty rapidly. And I think once Rodgers is officially with the Jets, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Olave is probably going to stay right where he is. But I think Wilson, I don't know. I mean, Wilson at 2.6 today, right? You got JJ, Chase, Lamb, and Amon-Ra. I don't see Garrett Wilson going before any of those guys. But he is, at the moment, going before A.J. Brown, Jalen Waddle, Chris Olave, Higgins, just looking at this particular draft. So, I mean, that's high capital as well, you know. Drake London goes at 4.3. We've seen Drake London go much earlier than that, though. I mean, we've seen him go, you know, like in comparison to the receivers today, right, like at the beginning of the 3rd, before Kupp, before Metcalf, before Hill. So, yeah, it just depends on the draft. I was very, very, very close to going JSN over Kyler Murray. I know the landing spot is huge when it comes to JSN. You know, like if he goes to the Texans, for example, I mean, maybe Stroud is there, it's one thing, but you know, if he just goes to the wrong team, it's not as exciting. But I think JSN is going to be great. I mean, I know everyone does, but like when we're talking about players like Garrett Wilson going at the 2.6 and Olave going at 2.9, like I know they've already proven themselves to a degree in the NFL, and like you know, you have Rodgers more than likely on one team, and then Derek Carr on the other. Like we know what to expect out of the quarterback position, so they're safer picks. But I just think JSN, you know, a lot of people would argue, are coming from the same team as Wilson and Olave, more talented than both Wilson and Olave. I think JSN is going to be a player that is going to be worth a higher draft selection as the offseason continues to progress. All right, I'm going to lock up DJ Moore here. And then I don't know what I'm going to do at the 5.4. We'll figure it out. JSC, Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray in a 1 quarterback league. Any thoughts? I think that's a great quarterback room for a 1 QB league. I mean, you literally, like, you have Mahomes, like, you're fine. I don't even care who the second quarterback is. realistically, there are injuries, there are bye weeks, all that stuff, right? Having Kyler behind him, I mean, that's like a dream scenario if you are a Kyler Murray owner to have a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes in front of him. So from a dynasty perspective, I think you're fine. You know, like, don't get me wrong, if you have a top 5 selection in your rookie draft, you should be considering a quarterback. But I think you're fine for now. You know, I mean, it just depends. Like if Bijan or JSN or, you know, it depends if you're the 1.1, I guess. But those are the only 2 players, if you're in the top 5, that I would personally be considering. If you're a little bit outside that, maybe Jahmyr Gibbs. Maybe. I don't know. It also depends on your roster. Like if you're super weak at tight end, I don't know. I'm with Jameson Williams here. Give me some upside. Got 2 sophomore receivers. DJ Moore. I don't know. Give me a fun pick. Let's go J-Mo. Let's switch it up a bit. In a 1 QB league, that's great. Says Jay does 100% agree. I would leverage Murray for a trade in a 1 quarterback league. You know, I'm not particularly against that as much as I like Kyler Murray. But I mean, if you have Mahomes, like, you might as well test the waters. Talks, give me that double tight end. Gotta get my stack. Yeah, man. Always aggressive on the double tight end move. I like it. One of the off-air mocks the other night, we ran. Maybe it was a stream mock. I don't remember. But someone drafted 2 tight ends and immediately after was like, I'm building a Talks team today. Thomas says, my Seattle Sea Dragons are playing right now, up 20-12 in the 3rd. And they're out of the... Oh, if they lose, they're out of the playoffs for what it's worth. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on in the XFL. But I do appreciate the updates because I'm slightly interested. I haven't watched any... There was 1 game on today when I was at the gym. I couldn't tell you who was playing, though. But I actually do appreciate the updates. I'm slightly interested in just about any sport that's going on. So, but yeah, I haven't like sat down and watched any games. But I do think it's cool that you know, you've got a second home team, so to speak. Solid team, 5-3. How many games are in a regular season? All right, into the 6th round we go. So yeah, like I said, a little bit heavier running back tonight, but nothing too drastic. Obviously, continues to be very wide receiver heavy. I mean, you guys just draft wide receiver heavy in general, and then 3 wide receiver spots, 2 flexes is going to happen. So, Michael takes Kirk at 5.8. I was very close to going Kirk over J-Mo, but I wanted to switch it up a little bit tonight in terms of what players I'm going after. I was definitely planning on selecting JSN today. But when Kyler fell out after I passed on him at 2.9, I don't know. Couldn't pass on it. All right, a couple QBs starting to go here. We saw Danny Dimes gone at the 5.3. Goff has gone at the 5.5. Lance off the board at 5.12. Carr at 6.2. Kenny Pickett gone. 6.3. Then goes Will Levis. Chat, what do you guys think Will Levis is going to end up? I mean, I've heard he's going to fall back as far as the Vikings. For the Bucks, for the Raiders. Really anyone's guess. Give me some consistency. Let's pick up Scary Terry here. Got to risk it for the biscuit. I was close to going running back there, but I think I'm going to continue to push back running back a little bit. I was close to going with a rookie receiver, as Bray does there with Addison. Close to going DeAndre Hopkins or Calvin Ridley. Quentin Johnston's on the board. But you know exactly what you're going to get out of Terry McLaurin. Is it beautiful? I mean, it's fine. It's fine. As a wide receiver 4, need someone to plug in. Top 25 receivers past 3 years. Like, the upside is not massive, especially with Jahan Dotson coming on and Curtis Samuel's still there. And plus, we don't exactly know what to expect out of Washington with Sam Howell at quarterback. But obviously, a new offensive coordinator. Dan Snyder's supposedly out of the picture. Things could be looking up. But regardless, I do think Terry McLaurin is a very good player. So let's bring me get a little sprinkle of veteran in there. I'm happy with that. Okay, I'm a little worried by the time I pick at 8.9 again, there's not going to be a quarterback available. So I'm going to take Rodgers here because I do believe in Kyler long term being a solid piece behind a player like Joe Burrow. So Rodgers, obviously, you're not going to get more than 1 to 2 years out of. But when we look at the available quarterbacks, Kirk Cousins, I mean, you probably won't get more than 1 to 2 years out of Kirk Cousins either, realistically. But, I mean, maybe 3.5 years. I don't know. Depends. But Cousins, Russell Wilson, Geno Smith, Mac and Cheese, Staph Infection, Brock Purdy, Hendon Hooker, Jordan Love, Redder, Garoppolo. I'll pick up Rodgers there. I mean, Geno's close. Russ is close. I'll go Rodgers personally, though. But yeah, I am starting to piece together a team that I will be going after a rookie quarterback sooner rather than later. What are your thoughts on going QB in the first round in a standard league? In terms of standard, do you mean a redraft format or do you mean the standard scoring as opposed to full PPR, half PPR scoring? Just let me know. JSC says Mahomes and Kelsey stack looks great. Yeah, Derek scoops it up there between the 1.1 and 3.1. It's got, I mean, if you land Mahomes, whether it's at the 1.1 or 1.2 or slight percentage of leagues, maybe at 1.3, it'd be very, very tempting for me to not go Kelsey either. Albeit, you know, a dynasty format and everything, I'm still completely okay with riding Kelsey to his retirement, 100%. Thomas, I started out 0-2, won like 4 in a row. High-powered offense. Nice, nice. Yeah, I have no idea how many regular season games are in the XFL either. Toxis, Raiders, Vikings would be my guess. Vikings could trade up for Will Levis. Physical tools guy, but I like him more than Richardson. Yeah, very, it's like a sound quarterback. I don't know. We'll see where he winds up. I do think he's also in a position where, you know, if he can sit behind a player like Garoppolo or Cousins, that would definitely benefit him. Albert, what's up, my guy? Hello, hello. Appreciate you being in the building. J-Dub says Derek is really sniping me today. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, Burks is your guy. I know that much. Charbonnet. Yeah, good picks by Derek so far. JSC, redraft and standard scoring. I mean, I don't particularly have a problem with it. But generally, even in a standard scoring format, I'm probably going running back in the first round. But it depends. Like, are we talking like the top 4 pick or are we talking like a later selection? It depends. All right. I feel like I have to go running back here. It's going to be Algier. Komet's a good pick right there. I like it. I like it. Guys, please keep in mind we only have 8 bench spots. So generally redraft with 10 bench spots. So just make sure you guys are looking at your team and just kind of calculate that into your draft today. I don't want you guys to go, you know, building a strategy around having 10 bench spots. All right, Purdy's gone. Good pick there for Prey. Pacheco's gone. Good pick by Derek. And into the 9th round we go. Chat, what do you guys think for JSC? Standard scoring, redraft format, 1 quarterback. How do you feel about going Mahomes in the first round? I mean, like I said, a later first round pick I'm fine with. Top 4 or 5 picks, a little bit debatable for sure. I'm kind of torn on this next pick. There's a lot of directions I could go right here. Ooh. I think I'm going to stick with the running back, though. I'll go A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon or Brian Robinson right there for me. You got Mixon, Cook, Dobbins, Kamara, James Cook as well. Brian Robinson, James Conner. There's some good names right there. I was hoping Monty or Pacheco would fall out. Both very good picks by Derek. I was close to going with Pacheco or Monty at the 8.9. But I really like Algier right now. Of course, there are rumors that Bijan could end up there. We'll see. All right, into the 9th we go. Appreciate you guys hanging out today, man. So, all right. I feel okay about this build so far. See how the rest of draft works out. I think Jordan Love's a good value there at 9.7 talks. Let's take a look at QB. Michael, I knew what you were doing with that pick. That was the quickest selection I've ever seen, Michael. Yeah, so we got Mac Jones, Stafford, Hendon Hooker, Desmond Ridder on the board. Garoppolo as well. Sam Howell. So not many starters left. A little run at tight end there. 9.10, 9.11, 9.12, all tight ends. And Njoku, Ingram, Schultz off the board. Very good value on all those guys. All right, Jalen Hyatt starts the 10th round, and we will move right along. Tomers, Lakers and Grizzlies in a battle. Lakers up 105-101 with 5 minutes left. Yeah, I tuned into a bit of that game, and when I tuned in, the Lakers were up a bit, but obviously basketball, that can change drastically, quickly too. All right, Ritter's gone, Tony's gone, Joe Mixon's off the board. Michael on the board here at 10.5. Talks, that's why I picked him in 2 seconds. That's your guy, man. Yeah, I'm not surprised that he went off the board there for you at 9.7. Great value. Couple good veterans in this round here. We got Mike Williams, James Conner off the board. There goes Dalton Kincaid. Oh, I am on the board now. I'm going to pick up Greg Dulcich right here. I'm starting to kind of toy around with the idea of even a tight end premium format, going for a little bit of a later round tight end build. Getting a guy like Dulcich. I mean, you guys know I like Evan Ingram a lot. I like Cole Kmet a lot. And everyone likes David Njoku as well. But they're still late round, don't get me wrong. But I'm talking even a smidge later than that. And I like Dulcich a lot as a late round player. I know a lot of you guys do. Talks, I'm fine with Love at Superflex while Levis is probably on the bench in real life. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, we all know J-Lo is going to be the starter next year. The bigger question is, how successful is he? You know, there's still a little bit of risk associated with Jordan Love, but I'm okay with it too. I mean, being that you have T-Law in your QB1 spot, you know, you're in a good position there. All right, so Derek goes Alvin Kamara. That's a nice, like, complementary piece to Charbonnet, Pacheco, and Monty. Even if he's set to miss some time. I literally cannot wait until the NFL draft is over. I just want to know where half these rookies are going. All right, Praise on the board here. Looks like he is... Oh, he got autoed. I might start chiming in on some of the auto picks. But I think Bateman's a good pick there, actually. All right, this is against ADP, but I don't know if he's going to last. I'm going to go Lazard, theoretically scoop up a stack here. And you guys know I like Lazard anyways. I mean, that's my wide receiver 5. So I'm okay with that. In a 3 wide receiver set, 2 flex spots. So, you know, when I'm building a roster and looking at it, like, I want those 3 wide receiver spots filled, and then I want those 2 flex spots to also be wide receivers. I want depth at the position. All right, guys, 8 more selections for the draft. If you're still drafting in the 11th round, then 9 more selections. JSE, how are we feeling about Zach Ertz in general with or without Kyler? I mean, I'm fine with Ertz, but he's still got to be a late round selection, because it's funny because Ertz was a topic of discussion last night. Chat, let us know. How do you guys feel about Zach Ertz at this point in the offseason? Dynasty, redraft, either way. You know, obviously Ertz was playing great last year. Like, we looked at it last night. I think double or single digits twice in those first 10 games. Yeah, and, you know, 6.1 points against the Saints in Week 7. The Saints were one of the best teams against opposing tight ends last season. Then Week 10, 2.2 points, but that was also the week he got hurt. It doesn't even really count. So double digits every game through the first 9 games, except for Week 7. Is how you should look at it. So overall, Ertz was playing fantastic last year before he got hurt. I'm completely fine with Zach Ertz, but from a dynasty perspective, I would still be... I would tread lightly overall. Redraft might be a different story. Talk says maybe if Love has the offense more designed for him, he'd have higher rushing upside. That's fair. That's fair. Not too confident in his fantasy upside, in all honesty, but 9th round in a super flex, fine. 100% agree. 100% agree. Okay, I'm going to go with Dawson Knox here. Like, that's a late round combo that I really like. Dulcich and Knox. I mean, Michael Mayer still sitting there would be a great pick. Trey McBride, Chicken Conquo, likely Darnell Washington, Noah Fant. You still have some good options here, but I'm listen. I know the upside is not massive, a combination like Dulcich and Knox, but I'm happy with that. I think 2 sound tight ends. I mean, Dulcich, don't get me wrong, smaller sample size, but a good enough sample size. We know Sean Payton loves the tight end position, and then Knox. You know, you guys know I loved Knox last offseason, a very disappointing year in comparison to 2021. I'm starting to have a love affair with Dawson Knox again. Going into his 5th season, you know, age 26, tied to Josh Allen. I just think at the end of the day, he's a very good value in a tight end premium format. All right, I'm going to go Gibby here. Give me some depth. All right, Thomas says, I personally don't mind taking Love or Pickett late rounds if you're going late quarterback, because I'm assuming they'll be the starters for years to come. Yeah, I mean, I like Pickett too, and I do like Jordan Love, but there is slight risk associated with both. I think Pickett showed a lot of good things in his rookie season. And he's got weapons around him, but I just kind of worry about Pittsburgh. I don't know. They're in an interesting position right now. I like Pickett. I think he's a very good QB3 to go after. Would I be like, you know, you look at Kuda's team, you got Anthony Richardson and Kenny Pickett. Obviously, he went to auto, but still, I mean, like, that would not be a good situation whatsoever, you know. You need a Garoppolo late in there. Or instead of going Pickens there, as much as, you know, the stack is nice, you probably want to go like Carr and Pickett. You know, Carr at 5.10, Pickett at 6.3. I like Pickett, but the upside is just not 110% there for sure. Prey went to make a hot pocket, gave me Bateman. I actually thought that was a good pick for your team. I mean, you're pretty light at receiver, so I think Bateman is actually a very good pick right there. But yeah, Thomas, I think if you're going late round quarterback, both those guys are fine in super flex for sure. J-Dubs, I'm scared Bijan goes to Atlanta. I mean, that's been a popular landing spot for him, but I'm not personally very worried about it. I don't know. I mean, in terms of Algier, obviously if Bijan goes there, it's a massive issue, but I don't know. We'll see where Bijan lands. I know that's a popular landing spot right now. J-Dub slowly reducing my Algier exposure, but should see the touches, yeah. And there's a world where Algier and Bijan could exist, but it's not going to be great for Algier at the end of the day. JSC trying to brainstorm a bit being a late round tight end drafter. Yeah, I mean, you know, if it's for your standard scoring format league and everything, redraft format, I think Ertz is fine in that position. All right. 14.9 here. I'm going to lock up my boy Kenny Gainwell. A lot of good players on the board right now. All right, after the 14th round, we'll have 4 more selections, everybody. Make sure you're paying attention, building a queue, all that good stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do with the 15.4. Part of me wants to take Darnell Washington or Musgrave. Mallory, Kraft. I mean, just add a rookie tight end behind those 2 young tight ends we already have. Knox, obviously older, but... yeah, just slowly throwing together a little queue so I don't get blindsided here. I think I'm okay for this next pick, though. We'll see. Taylor says Spears and Roshan double snipe. It's never fun. I wanted Izzy. Derek out here sniping. Sniping hardcore tonight. All right, give me Kayshawn. Give me an upside pick. Help balance out the McLaurin and Lazard picks. I'm okay with that. But yeah, I wanted Izzy. Thought Gainwell and Izzy would really help balance out my running back room. But good picks, Derek. Talk says I wanted Spears. I love Roshan, though. Yeah, both great values going right there to 13.6 and 13.7 for you guys. With how good this rookie running back class is, I'm comfortable waiting on running backs in Dynasty. I am too. But I do think after the NFL draft, these ADPs for half these running backs are going to rise massively. But the landing spots are huge right now. There's so many question marks around the position right now. Where's Dalvin Cook going to be? Where is Zeke going to be? What's going to happen with Derrick Henry? You've still got Leonard Fournette out there. Not really as big of an issue with him. But Fournette can still vulture a lot of touches, as he's taken off the board at 15.10 to our respective auto team tonight. So there are some big free agent names. I mean, Cook and Henry, and I would say Zeke, definitely the big ones who can take away a good amount of carries. So the running back market going into this offseason we knew would be crazy, but this running back class as well is just so loaded that, I do agree with you. There's going to be a lot of good talent out of rookie running backs in later rounds, but also some of these rookie running backs, their ADP is going to shoot up pretty massively. Should I take Mayers or Kincaid with the 1.8 in Dynasty tight end premium rookie league? Need a young tight end. I'd probably still take Mayers, but Kincaid's okay there too. I mean, are you drafting after the NFL draft or before? Because once again, landing spot's big for that scenario. I got you, Thomas, of course. Izzy isn't built like him, but he has a lot of traits similar to Gibbs. Yeah, Izzy is like, I mean, he's already like, he had a great pro day, which kicked up his ADP a little bit, but he's just a player that dynasty managers want, and I don't blame them at all. Rashid Shaheed, a great pick there, Michael, at 16.5. Great selection for you, my guy. Madison the 14th is insane, says Madden. You know, it is interesting because, I mean, we're all assuming at this point that Dalvin Cook is definitely out the door. And Madison is still, like, even in redraft ADP, still going pretty late. Like, I think, I went 0 running back on last night's stream, and he was like my RB4 or 5, which is ridiculous. So, but obviously Madison, you know, is young, but he is age 24 going into his 5th season. So, I mean, when he came into the league, he was pretty young, you know. If you look at, like, Algier, for example, he's 23. Look at A.J. Dillon, he's 24. You know, so he's in, Madison's in that same, like, age group. I think Pacheco also is age 23. So Madison was very young when he came into the league. Let me make this pick very quickly here. I'm just going to scoop up McIntosh. I'm happy with that. But, yeah, the bigger question is, it's not is Cook out the door or not. The bigger question is, do the Vikings draft a running back or not? But regardless, I think Madison is still the RB1 there. Unless, I don't know. Everyone thinks they know an idea of where players are going to land in the NFL draft. And for the most part, we really don't. But, like, I mean, if you get a Charbonnet there, for example, who'd fit that offense nicely, then we have a little bit of an issue, right? So, but outside of that, like, I do agree he is easily one of the best, quote-unquote, handcuff or committee running backs that you can go out and get in later rounds. And at the same time, he's probably, there's a strong likelihood he's not a handcuff/committee guy. So, J-Dubs, you know who I wanted right there. It's a good pick. All right, I'll just add Zay Jones. Give me some more wide receiver depth, but I love Evan Hull. I mean, I would have loved to get tough at the rookie running back spot tonight, guys. Guys are making good picks. Yeah, Evan Hull at 17.3, I love. But so far, all right, we got 3 quarterbacks, 2 tight ends, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 running backs. How many receivers we got? 3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I feel pretty good about this roster overall. Pretty well balanced tonight. I like it. Talks, I'm going to draft one of my real dynasty sleepers for these late picks. Let's do it. Michael took him. Uh-oh. Who, Shaheed? Michael's good at stealing players. Haven't kept up with dynasty mocks. Shaheed was going the 20th before. Yeah, he's another name that's really popular amongst the dynasty community. And even to a degree in redraft communities, too. But yeah, age 24, a little bit older for a sophomore receiver, but not too bad. Going into the second year. You add Carr to that offense. You got Olave there. You hopefully have Michael Thomas there. Jawan Johnson. The passing game should be pretty good. Yeah, I love Shaheed. I think he brings a ton of upside. All right, with this last pick, I can kind of go in whatever direction I want to. Could continue to add another running back. Could add another receiver. I was going to go tight end here. You got Bellinger, Zach Ertz, Mallory, Hurst, Tucker Kraft. Any of those guys, I think, help the team. But being that we're only drafting 8 additional rounds, I think I'll go receiver or running back here. I feel pretty good about the wide receiver room. So, I mean, you've got Adam Thielen sitting here. I don't really feel like I need to necessarily add another veteran receiver, but that might be my move. I mean, you got Xavier Hutchinson. Ibrahim at running back. Could go Jeff Wilson. Raheem Mostart. I'm going to go Samaje Perine, though. Because I am in a situation with Tyler Algier, A.J. Dillon, Gibson, Gainwell, McIntosh, where I might need a little bit of immediate value at running back. And even if it's just for part of the season, I think Perine could help out there. But a lot of good players on the board there, including Adam Thielen, who Derek scoops up at 18.12. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for drafting today. Let's go ahead, take a look at a couple teams. Derek, what's up, man? How we doing, my guy? All right, we got Mahomes and Tua, Kelsey and Jawan Johnson. I mean, you're in a very good position at quarterback here, but I would still draft a third quarterback. Even if it's Mac Jones, even if it's Sam Howell, Jordan Love, Hendon Hooker, Desmond Ridder, I would get one more piece at quarterback, especially with Tua's injury history. Kelsey and Jawan Johnson, I'm okay with. In a longer draft format, I would add a rookie tight end. Musgrave, Kraft, Washington, or even a sophomore guy like Bellinger or Cade Otton at the end of this draft. Because, you're going to ride Kelsey as your starting tight end until he retires. Jawan is a little bit older, age 26, going into his fourth season. So let's keep that in mind. I like the quarterback and tight end room, but I would plan in your real draft going for a third quarterback. And with this specific tight end room, I would go after either a sophomore or a rookie tight end at the end of the draft. All right, we got Debo, Judy, Burks, Sky Moore, Dobbs, Reed, and Thielen. A pretty good wide receiver room. We got a pretty good balance here. Burks, Sky Moore, Dobbs, Reed, in terms of youth, and Judy to a degree at age 23. Debo and Thielen, your veterans. I'm okay with that. I like the receiver room. Running back room looks good. Charbonnet, Pacheco, Monty, Kamara, Izzy, CH, and Foreman. Pretty good balance here. Yep. I really like the first five guys. The two just kind of add depth. Personally, I'd rather have that additional tight end or quarterback over these two guys, CH and Foreman, but I don't think they're bad values where you picked them for sure. So, team looks good to me, man. You'd have Mahomes and Tua, Kelsey, Debo, Judy, Burks, Charbonnet. I don't know. Running back, you could really do anything. Pacheco, Monty, let's say starting. Charbonnet in the flex. One of those other receivers in the flex. A couple good players on the bench. Yeah, good team, man. I would just keep a note. Especially in a real draft, you're going to have a couple additional rounds. The additional tight end and quarterback I would definitely consider here. What's up, Taylor? How we doing, my guy? What we do today, man? Lamar, Carr, Ritter. I was hoping the third one would rhyme, but not even close. I'm okay with the quarterback room. Obviously, Carr you only have for so long. Ritter is a big question mark. Lamar is a question mark at the moment too, but I'm okay coming out of a startup mock with these guys. Ingram, McBride, Musgrave, a good tight end room. Good balance there for sure. Rookie, sophomore, and then Ingram. I like it. Lamb, Hill, Smith, Tillman, Thomas, Myers, Dell. Good receiver room. Good balance there too. Smith, Lamb, Myers, a little bit younger. Hill and Thomas. Two rookies. Yep. Looks good to me. Pollard, Pierce, Sanders, Chase Brown, Mitchell. I'm fine with that running back room. Yep. So it'd be starting Lamar and Carr, Ingram, Lamb, Hill, Smith, Pollard, Pierce. Then in your two flex spots, you have Sanders, Tillman, Thomas, Chase Brown, Myers, Mitchell, Dell, and the other two tight ends. Yeah. I think the team's pretty good. How do you feel about it, man? Michael, what's up, dude? How are ya? All right, we got Dak, Dangerous, Sam Howell, and staph infection. Talk about a quarterback room, man. In terms of only going one QB before the 7th, it's not bad. But long term, you're going to be drafting a rookie quarterback sooner rather than later. Fryermuth and Waller, I'm good with. I also just love Fryermuth. J.J. Diggs, Kirk, Lockett, Shaheed, Boyd. Good wide receiver room, but taking the additional quarterback did hurt your depth a little bit. Etienne, Stevenson, Jamal, Madison, Vaughn, and Carter's a good running back room, man. So you're starting Prescott in dangerous. Fryermuth in tight end spot. J.J. Diggs, Kirk. Etienne and Stevenson. Lockett in the flex. Second flex is maybe Darren Waller, but probably Jamal Williams or Alexander Madison. But you do have Waller, Deuce Vaughn, Shaheed, Carter, Boyd. Yeah, I think it's a good team, man. Very well balanced. I would have liked to see, I mean, you got Deuce Vaughn. But I'd like to see another rookie or two maybe sprinkled in here. But, overall, I think it's a good team. Quarterback, like I said, you're going to be going for rookie quarterback sooner rather than later. But, yeah, good squad, man. JW, what we do, man? Hurts, Jones, Tannehill. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. Komet, Washington, Everett. Good tight end room. I mean, I personally like Komet, so it's a good tight end room to me. Walker, C-Mac, Robinson, Herbert, Evan Hull. That's a nice running back room. Like you said, tried something different out tonight with two early running backs. We got Watson, Godwin, Quentin Johnson, Keenan Allen, Darnell Mooney, Mechie, and Hodgins. Pretty well balanced wide receiver room. Didn't go wide receiver until the fourth. Still ended up okay, I think. Starting Hurts and Jones. Walker and C-Mac, Watson, Godwin, Keenan Allen. Starting Komet. Probably flexing Quentin Johnston and Mooney. And you got Robinson, Herbert, Mechie, Hodgins, Hull, Washington, and Everett. Yeah, it's a good team. Quarterback, a little bit of a, what's Tannehill going to be next year? Danny Dimes is worth the risk, but could also do Danny Dimes things that looked like past years. I do think Daniel Jones under Brian DeBall is going to continue to be consistent, though. So, yeah, I like the team, man. Pray. We were blessed with Pray's presence today. J-Dub says, I hate not going wide receiver, but I felt like running backs had higher upside at the pick I was at. I know that hurt you, bro. How heavy wide receiver you drafted. I know it hurt you. But I think the team turned out okay. It's good to try out those different strategies, man. All right, Josh Allen, CJ Stroud, and Purdy. I like it, Pray. But Stroudy. It's my new nickname for Stroud. Stroudy will, have some growing pains. Probably start right away, but could sit a couple games. But have some growing pains either way. Having Stroud and Purdy for your QB2 spot, your super flex spot. You don't have to play a quarterback there, but you want to, right? There's growing pains with Stroud, then Purdy still is a question mark around the injury. But I think long term, with Josh Allen as your QB1, this is a good quarterback room. Short term might be a couple issues. Hawkinson and Mayer is a good tight end room. That is a perfectly fine tight end build to just go with two tight ends. I love that, man. Higgins, Jordan Addison, Josh Downs, Bateman, Rondo Moore, Claypool, and Gallup. You didn't really go after a ton of receivers early, but I actually think he got good wide receiver value. But you're gonna have some growing pains in a 3 wide receiver format. Najee Harris, DeAndre Swift, James Cook, Sean Tucker, Keandre Miller, Singletary. I like that running back room, man. So they're starting Allen and Stroud or Purdy. There's a little bit of a question mark short term there. T-Hawks, your tight end. You're starting Harris and Swifty. Starting Higgins. And then, this is where you're probably starting Bateman and Rondell Moore. And then in your 2 flex spots, you have Jordan Addison, Josh Downs. I like both those guys. I think they are good values where you got them too. But we're going to have to see their landing spots and how they come into their respective offenses. But still worth taking long term. I think this team is good long term. But short term, there's going to be a couple issues. But yeah, outside of that, you'd still have Cook, Tucker, even Mayer, Keandre Miller, Singletary, Claypool, and Gallup. So I think he could get it figured out in those 2 flex spots. And in a real draft, you'd have a couple more rounds too. So interesting build, Prey. But I think it's okay. Thomas said, just saw a tweet. Reportedly, D-Hop would prefer Kansas City. I mean, I would too. J-Dub says D-Hop to Kansas City would be ridiculous. Yeah, man. It would be slightly ridiculous, to say the least. Prey says Golden State for the chip. I don't know after last night, man. I don't know. Did a lot of good things last night. Just couldn't cap it off. Blake, what's going on, my guy? I'm interested in what you think about Chig and Conquo for fantasy. What do you think about him? I like Chig as much as the next guy. 100%. We're taking in dynasty formats. Age 23 going into his second season. Fine if you go late round tight end in a redraft format. But it's not Chig and Conquo that I'm worried about. It's not Treylon Burks that I'm worried about. It's the Tennessee Titans offense that I'm worried about. I have no idea what this team is going to be. At the moment, Ryan Tannehill's starting quarterback. He didn't play like awful last year. Actually had some good games, but he did have some bad games. And he was banged up. So, I mean, but ultimately, yeah, I just don't know what to expect out of the Tennessee Titans. But is he worth taking in a dynasty format? Sure. And I like Chicken Conquo. But I do think realistically we have to tamper expectations just based around what the Tennessee Titans could be next year. So it depends also if it's redraft or dynasty. Dynasty, I like him more. Appreciate the question, Blake. What is your opinion on Lance and Purdy? Should I sell them? I mean, if you own both, Michael, in a dynasty format, I would not. I would hold on to both of them. Because you're not really... With Purdy having the injury... Lance also coming off of injury, but then also the Purdy situation in his way. I personally, I would hold both because you're not going to get the best value out of them right now. All right, Chance says check me out at the 1.5. We got Fields, Goff, Mac and Cheese. I like that QB room. I believe in Goff. A little bit older, age 28, going into his 8th season, but behind Fields, I like that. Then I think Jones is fine for a QB3 spot. Kincaid and Conquo, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. Long term, I think it's fine. Jacobs, Rashad White, Harris, Spiller, Gray. I'm okay with it. Once again, it's like missing something. But you'd have Jacobs and White as your immediate starters and a couple guys who can potentially contribute as well. Waddle, Cup, Ayuk, Dotson, Deontay Johnson, Osborne, Nico Collins, Shakir, very good wide receiver room. You're starting Field, super flexing Goff, starting Jacobs and White. Waddle, Cup, Ayuk is gorgeous. Starting in Conquo at the tight end position. Then you have Dotson and Deontay Johnson in the flex. On your bench, you've got Kincaid, Mac Jones, Osborne, Harris, Collins, Spiller, Shakir, and Gray. I like this team. The core roster is very nice. Wide receivers look great. Quarterback room is fine. Running backs, I think, would be fine long term. But if anything happens to Jacobs or White, I'd be a little nervous. Kincaid and Conquo, long term, I'm okay with it for sure. Draft of the day, man, I really liked Michael's team. I think I went Michael last night, but I really like Michael's team again today. Quarterback is a little iffy, but I still like this team a lot. Every team we went over, I thought looked pretty good. I mean, a couple notes here and there, but I thought everyone drafted very well. All right, let's roast my team real quick. Then I will have to go ahead and wrap up for the day. I will be down to run an off-air mock later tonight with you guys, though. All right, we got Burrow, Kyler, Rodgers. I'm okay with this long term. I could have drafted a 4th quarterback, being that Rodgers is only going to be valuable for 2 years at most. Kyler is going to miss part of this year. But my game plan would be start Burrow, start Rodgers, wait for Kyler to come back. Long term, I'd have Kyler, Burrow, and probably be going after a rookie quarterback in my first rookie mock. Or first rookie draft, I should say. Dulcich and Knox played around going a little bit later at tight end. I'm okay with that tight end room personally. Olave, DJ Moore, J-Mo, McLaurin, Lazard, Kayshawn, and Zay Jones. I like this wide receiver room. I feel like it's got a good blend of youth to non-youth players. some nice upside in there as well with guys like Kayshawn, Zay Jones, and J-Mo as well. Running back, didn't go running back to the 8th round. We got Algier, Dillon, Gibson, Gainwell, McIntosh, Pirine. I'm okay with that. The value lies with quarterback, tight end, and wide receivers in a 3 wide receiver set, tight end premium, super flex league. I'd be starting Burrow and Rodgers, Knox or Dulcich, Chris Olave, DJ Moore, McLaurin, Algier, and Dillon. And then the flex, I'd have McLaurin, Lazard, but on the bench, I'd still have Dulcich, Gibson, Gainwell, Kayshawn, McIntosh, Zay Jones, and Pirine to pull from. So I quite like this team personally. I think it worked, pieced together pretty nicely. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for the day. Thank you guys for coming out, hanging out, talking some fantasy football. Was good to see. We had some OG members in here today. Derek, Prey, good to see you guys. Talks as well. Been a minute since I've seen some of you guys, but ultimately good to see all you guys. I appreciate you guys coming out, spending part of your day or night here on the channel, talking some fantasy football. And thank you so much to those of you who did draft with me today as well. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way out. If you guys are new to the channel, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe on the way out. And check out the links down below. Follow us on Instagram. Check out our Discord for the best community updates as well as mock draft invites. With that, I will say, love you guys, man. Love the Catch fam. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do throughout the offseason and everything that you guys do for the community and channel. And thank you to everyone who came out today. I do have to go ahead and sign off, but hit me up on Instagram, Discord if you guys need anything. And I am down to run an off-air mock a little bit later on, so I'll hit you guys up about that as well. With that, I'll say thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on The Catch. And peace.